kickstart this marathon with Brass Beat versus Helios WX. It's all yours.
Good morning.
Hello. And yeah, this is I'm Brassbeat and I'm joined by Helios. We are going to be showing off Peggle Deluxe NG Plus, a very wicked category, lots of quick things happening, very cool to watch. So yeah, I suggest let's just get right into it. We forgot to check this. Helios, do you not have like the level 1 thing?
Yep, I'm ready to go.
Okay, yeah.
I give you
okay.
a 3-second head start.
Right, so I'm gonna give a countdown and then we'll get going. 3, 2, 1, and go. So yeah, this is what you can see here. This is Peggle. This is Peggle. The basic gameplay loop here is we have this big pachinko board in front of us. We gotta hit all of the orange pegs to clear the level. The green pegs that you're seeing here, they give us like special powers. So in this case, it gives me a big explosion because you see this level is quite compact. The big explosion, pretty efficient for this one in particular. The character here determines what power we have. For this one, it's Splork. We are not going to see Splork too often. So say goodbye to Splork. And then Helios, if you can talk a bit.
Sure. So yeah, you'll see that we're going to be switching the powers a lot. As Brad said, by Splork, that's probably the only time we'll see him in this run. Because each master's power in Peggle Deluxe, when we play through normally, you have like set masters, right? So when you boot up the game for the first time, or if you're playing any percent, you'll have like Bjorn the Unicorn's power here. Actually, you won't because it's 1-2. But every master's power is a bit differently. And the point of NG Plus is to be able to replay the game using any master's power. And it just so happens that Splorks is really good in like a few situations, whereas someone like Tula's or Cinder or Who are a lot better. So as opposed to seeing a bit of variety in the masters in this run, you're going to be seeing a lot of the same helping outs to go really fast. So it's not a super calculated run, as you'll probably see some differences between Brass and I. But for the most part, you're probably going to be seeing Tula here a lot, who is one of the best powers in the game. Yeah, just for pure speed, helping out of some tough situations. So, yeah.
Yeah, the general theme here is basically like Tula is like really strong for the easy levels. You have seen her power a few times already. What she does is she clears out 20% of the remaining oranges for us. So in situations where we wouldn't really have like, that's not right.
Yeah, you're gonna have some like hard to reach orange pegs, or what's nice is that even when you have masters like these, there isn't really. It's not that there's not a set strategy when it comes to Peggle. It's just that it's pachinko by nature, so it's a game of random chance, no matter how much you strategize it. So even though you make these picks, like, oh, I'm going to use Tula here. Oh, I have this particular shot I'm doing because I know it works well. It's still, random every time. So it's more of like it's a guide to help you get through the level, but you still have to do all the work. Tula is just one of the more helpful guides in comparison to someone like Bjorn, who does points where the pegs are, or Cat, which will have a pyramid, which they're great for a casual run of the game, but when you're trying to speedrun, not so much. So these stronger masters are both more helpful and a bit more forgiving as well. So here, I think.
So yeah, you've seen like you've seen us like a few times. Sort of treats the first few shots of the level with a bit more precision than what you might expect. That's because there is a sort of an interesting aspect of the physics in this game. Is in spite of it being like really chaotic and hard to predict, it is still deterministic. So at the beginning of the level, if we like use certain shots that we know are going to hit lots of pegs. For this level, I actually forgot them completely, so you'll have to ignore this for a moment.
As I'm definitely going to forget one or two here throughout the run, because there's 55 total levels, and all of them have at least like 1 to 3. If you have up to like 6 or 7 just opening shots that you use, and yeah, it's not uncommon to just forget at least one of them as you go through, because there's just so many things to remember.
This one also has like 2-1 also has like a weird property in any percent. Which means the strats in that category specifically would be different. And yeah, any percent is sort of the category that I play like the most, really. Like 80% of my runtime is like in any percent, probably.
I was realizing while I was preparing for this run that I have pretty much only played 90% for the past like several months. Currently in a bid for record, but it's a very intense category. That's why you do a lot of these like openers and stuff, which actually we can explain kind of like, the game is deterministic, and what's nice about that is that, well, obviously it's deterministic, so if you make the same shot, you always get the same result, which might sound kind of wild, but the game it was what, 2007, right? 2006, 2007? Yes. So the background is not the most optimized in the world, and if you look carefully, it might be harder to see on a stream, but the background is actually, it's very pixelated. There's not a lot of high detail in this game. The fun comes from the charm, not the graphics. So you can actually aim at like specific pixels, whether it be like on the peg itself or like even like a background like detail. Maybe you see one stand out, and if you find if you aim at that pixel and it's a good shot, well, then you can just repeat it. It's very creatively called a pixel shot. And so you'll see a lot of these. If you see like they kind of hesitate for a second, probably lining up one of those. Like the next level is infamous for being a run killer. Outside of NG Plus, that's why I think this category is a bit more fun, because levels like this are very difficult in a regular run. But in this run, Cinder, our power here, the fireball, will just literally burn through the level. So yeah, we'll show off. The next level, 3-1, has some pixel shots. You can kind of show it in action. I think it's a bit more of the stranger pixel shots. So there's a little patented wall fireball to get a nice, very clean arc through the level. That's nice. Cool. That's the joys of Peggle there. Sometimes the random incredible shot. Okay, so here's one pixel shot where I aim at that brightest spot of the peg here. And this is a setup one where I use the line of the peg, drag down to where it needs to be, and there we go. So yeah, that shot may have looked random if you weren't watching what I was doing there, but in comparison to just kind of wildly moving the mouse around the screen, I was actually lining up where I wanted that shot to go very specifically. It just comes from it. It takes like so long to practice getting that ready, because even though you can see the pixels, they are still very tiny. To do the little gamer lean to see them sometimes. Oh, that was a good one, 3-1. Okay. And here's one of the cooler shots. There we go. Good, you gonna say something?
No. I was gonna say something, but like I'm
Focus mode.
yeah, it's
This is a game of very intense focus. You ever remember like you're taking those like standardized tests and you gotta be like really focused on what you're doing at all times? This is kind of like that, but a lot harder, you know? Look at that. Swish. Oh! Let's go. See, here's one you can see I'm kind of holding the mouse here. It's because I'm set up for this pixel shot to do this. Nice. Here. So yeah, a lot of these, what's funny about like the way that we find these is that even though this game has been popular, it's been a speedrun category since, I think, actually we looked this up yesterday. 2013 was when the first runs of this game happened. but it was nowhere near as popular as it is today, thanks to Doug mainly for a huge resurgence in people viewing and playing the game. But even to this day, people are still finding new strategies, right? Because even though we talk about, we have these really precise shots and everything, there's the game's it's 600 by 800, right? In terms of like the pixels. So that's still like 48,000 something unique shots per level that are just yet to be discovered. So
yeah, the interesting thing about this is like, even if you like were to like use tools to like find powerful powerful first shots, that has been done once, just sort of brute forcing every possible pixel shot in every level, and then just seeing how many pegs each of them gets. That's like still like millions of data points that you would have to sift through, right? So what I was mentioning, we've had that sort of we've had that sort of brute force data. We've had that for like a year or so by now, but we still like very recently have been like finding new stuff on it to sort of help improve the runs a bit, or sometimes like try to improve the runs a bit, because more often than not, it's not entirely obvious what kind of things to go for are like actually gonna be the fastest strats on average, right? Very often, like we've had this happen like a few times now, where like we can of course like find shots that sort of get the most pegs in the least amount of time, but then you have like really hard to grasp abstract properties that you have to deal with, like what are the overall remaining shapes of the level that you have to deal with, and can you then clear those out efficiently? By the way, Cool Pixel here. You've probably already seen it once on Helios stream.
I say that's one of the Fever level is one of the most famous ones for the strats. Like, it was one of the earliest levels that had one of those pixel shots, I believe. Let me just actually switch here. It's a level that the strategy has changed like constantly. Like we have a strat that gets that slide, and someone will find a better one, and then someone will find a better one, and someone will find a better one, and so it's like as the years pass, the levels remain the same, but the strategies are changing. That's what's allowed this game to just keep getting faster and faster. Is it just kind of randomly? Oh, wait, this works a bit better. It saves a second. Let's use it. And so what's also cool is that this game is very beginner friendly. So even though you're seeing some like really like intense strats to like, aim at this very specific pixel and the specific timing and all this, you don't have to do that to speedrun this game. That's what's nice about it, is that you can just pick up this game and just play it, have fun. It counts as a speedrun. So, not a fan of this level. It'll look nice in a second here. And again, this is part of the RNG as well, is that even though you can pick these good masters, the greens can be anywhere. Which can, this level should be like faster than it was, but I had to dig out the green. But I probably could have reset for it, but ooh. Okay, we are not in the best position here. Yeah, this level is a bit of a stinker sometimes. Okay.
Right, so next up, I'm going to be at 4-2. There's this big moving element that you're seeing here. Actually, wait, I forgot to do the thing. Hang on. I first want to do this.
I will now show off the power of the free ball skills. Let's go. Okay. So that's a strategy that comes into play a lot. Okay, so here's another use of Splork for a level for him. ways to get like the free ball points back. So this is a game that is like it's points based by nature. It was never really intended to be like a speed run game. So it's always kind of funny. People are like, "Whoa, you can speed run Peggle?" But one of the strategies is you kind of have to always keep in the back of your mind the fact that there it goes, cool. You need to be getting the balls back, because if you just play the level straight, it's often pretty difficult because you have 10 balls to hit 25 orange pegs, and if you only hit like one orange per shot, well, that's 15 that are left there. So you have to worry about a lot of things like hitting multiple oranges with each of your shots. Then you also have to get the balls back by getting a lot of points. One of the ways is to just shoot it straight into the bucket from the peg there. So that strategy is a little more useful in runs like the Grandmaster runs, which Brass is far more famous for than me. Because they can speak to maybe a little bit better. But where you have to, full clear levels, beat the entire thing and get a certain amount of points. You want to really focus on those kind of things, where you want to get as many points and as many like free balls as possible to keep doing the level. But sometimes in these faster runs, you get into a situation where you're like, oh no, like I'm going to lose this level and I need to still go fast. Well, if you've practiced your free ball skills, Brisha will harp on this as well a lot. Another really top runner. But yeah, it's as if you are fast with it, it's better to try to save a level than to fully restart a level, because every level takes roughly a minute. In NG Plus, it's a little bit faster because you're choosing what you believe is the optimal master. But yeah, it's better to know how to kind of like what's the adapt, improvise, overcome to your level rather than restart it. 4 speed. Okay. See, this is a level that has like multiple strategies that you change based on how the level looks. And I'm kind of making it up as I go.
Okay, so I just literally just did the fireball on the wrong side for no good reason, and I'm probably gonna lose this level.
Oh no.
I
Improvise.
literally
Adapt,
did that
overcome.
exactly once in like warm up on this specific level today as well.
Oh no.
So kind of funny that it happened again.
Which one is it? I'm guessing it's 4-4.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4-4 is one of the it's notorious for. It's not a great level. It's a fun level to play casually, and it's kind of funny. Like whenever we talk about like Peggle and like speedrunning versus playing casually, every level, every master in the game is fun in their own right. But when it comes to speedrunning, there's clear favorites. All right, hi Gerald. There's Gerald the fish. You get a hi Gerald in chat. Yeah, when you play this game very often, compared to other games that are like 3D environments always changing even when you run through it. Peggle is a very static game for the most part, so after you play it for a few years, you start to lose your mind just a little bit. With that in mind, meet Gerald the fish, main character of this level. A lot of the background characters just kind of have like fun community names where we'll be like mid-conversation and then someone will just be like, this fish kind of looks like his name is Gerald, and you're like, you know what? That's canon now. There's a couple of those throughout the run. Namely one on level 7-2, who I'm going to require everybody in chat to say hello to, lest our runs be cursed. But we'll wait till we're close there. We don't have a name for the turtles. I said hello to Gerald. So you can see levels like these are, this is a good showcase of another type of strategy. This is the tap strats, which existed before pixel shots did. And it's not to say that they're a bad strategy. In fact, they are a very good strategy, especially so for people who are newer to speedrunning, but also very strong if you still like to use them. Most notably, Poetry Stud Gaming is a top speedrunner who still uses almost entirely tap strats in the game, and which is absurd. What they are really good for is that instead of trying to line up on a specific pixel in your level there, you can aim all the way to the left or right, and then literally just tap. Like, on this level, I just went to the left, tapped once to the right, and then went the other way around, pop right, tap left. So I had to, like, do an opener and explain at the same time there. And that will also get the same shot every time, because you're, lining up the same shot every time. And it's a much easier way to take shots like that. So in lieu of a level like that, where I know that I'm not going to be able to line up a pixel shot very easily with this how much the level is moving. I can do a tap strat to get nice shots there. It's one of my favorite levels in NG+, because Cinder just makes like absurd work with it. You know, a lot of these levels, even in NG+, on average, take anywhere between like a minute sometimes, and this was done in 40 seconds. Yep. Here's a tricky pixel shot where I'm using I personally use, there's a small black pixel on the edge of the peg here that you line up, take a shot twice, and it does that for you. This is one of the most difficult ones to line up, and I still hate it to this day. But it's such a good shot that I keep it. One of those you learn to live with it because it's worth it. But definitely some better, more beginner-friendly ones out there. There's definitely even if I line up the pixel shot, I'll often, because you can still be if you move the mouse, you adjust it the wrong way, you can still be off by 1 or 2 pixels, and that will throw off your shot entirely. So, I want to see if I can bounce up. Yeah, so I couldn't hit that directly, so I tried to I was thinking, let me bank it off of there and get it up there. Ooh, okay, hold on. See, that was entirely planned, and I was aiming to bounce up the bucket and get up to the orange one. Yep. Okay. This is another level that's gone through a lot of change in the past couple years versus trying to get all 3. Oh, I only got 2. Okay. So there's a specific pixel shot and timing you can do here that can get all 3 slides. There's also a tap shot variant. There's also there's a few other pixel shots you can click around here. But what makes this level pretty fun is that a lot of us are familiar with, it's been a while, so I'm gonna make all y'all feel old. But the old days of YouTube, 10 years ago plus, people would, Peggle kind of had its, first renaissance back then. And a lot of people would upload their trick shots. So they would upload their, I got 25 million points in the Helix type videos. And those are really cool and fun to revisit for the nostalgia. But turns out that those trick shots sometimes have a recreatable shot. Or, we think, oh, that shot looks really cool. How can we recreate it? And several times, and that level included, I think it was one of the first times we did it, we actually analyzed an old trick shot video that got all 3 of the slides in that level and said, how can we recreate this? And we found a few different versions to do so, to the point where it actually became a speedrun meta to use that shot there. And it's pretty difficult to line up, doesn't always work, but it will always get at least 2 of the slides. And so yeah, it's kind of fun that all those videos from that long ago that used to just be really fun to watch actually help play into the speedrun itself now. Okay, this is a fun pixel shot. So this is the pixel shot you can see where my cursor is. I am off to I'm using the fever meter. Oh, I missed it. Because I moved the mouse while I had it lined up. So I didn't quite get it. But you can play outside the window there for pixel shots sometimes, and yeah. Those are some difficult ones. That was PolyPie that with that shot. He kind of introduced the meta of you don't have to aim at the level backgrounds of the pegs to take these kind of shots. Almost like the world record holder for a reason. Nice. Okay, this is a level that's either very annoying or very nice, depending on how it goes. So you can see there, I lined up on that glint and moved the cursor around. Yeah, here's a pixel shot I often mess up. Let's see if I grab it. Nope. Okay. See, again, there's some shots where it's I'm still in training. Can't quite get that one yet. But yeah, if there's any questions about the game or anything in chat, I got it open. Happy to do any commentary on that note. Otherwise, we'll keep chugging away. We're about halfway through the game now. Ugh. Yeah, this level is... The way that this level was designed is that there's levels that can't be orange, or there's pegs that can't be orange that are really kind of blocking the way. So this level forces you to be really creative about how you're going to, reach these pegs that you can't hit normally. And in casual game, that's very nice and it's a cool challenge. When you're speedrunning, it's a nightmare. So hopefully, good aim goes well. And you don't have to worry about clearing out all of these to hit that one if you can just aim that shot there. Not to say it always works. Okay. Okay. Here's a cool strategy. Gets this slide, and also grabs this one. Whoops. And then, yeah, again, once again, being a game of pachinko, even when you line something up, you'll still have your fair share of whoops. Oh no, didn't plan that. Oh god, you know. You gotta always be ready to adapt. And that's what makes this such a fun speedrun, I think, is that even though, you know, it's the same, obviously it's the same exact game every time, but, you know, the levels are always the same, except for the positions of the greens, the oranges, and everything. And even then, as you're playing, it's, you know, you're very rarely going to get the same exact, you know, series of events every single time, too. It makes it both very entertaining to watch, very stressful to play, but also really exciting to play, too. I made a mistake. I should have done that one over here.
Something weird. Let's see if this works.
Same here. Oh, nope,
Nice.
okay. Nope. Okay. I might be losing a level here. Let's see how good I am at freeball skills. I talked it up. See, this is annoying. Don't know what this angle's gonna do. Ah, yep, okay, so restarted. Happens. Normally, if I was speedrunning this for the leaderboard, I'd restart here. Because at the point where you're trying to play the game as cleanly as possible, obviously if you reset the level, that's at least, you know, an Energy Plus is at least like 45 seconds, if not a full minute, because you have to play the entire level again from scratch. So, not the most optimal in terms of speedrunning. And so, again, it kind of goes back to, like, if you want to speedrun this game for fun, you can lose as many times as you want. You know, it's the beauty of it. You can just restart the level, pick it back up, unless you're playing Random Master Only, which is a specific category you can't do that in. But, it's a very forgiving game, unless you're trying to go for, like, a very clean time. Come on, get that bucket! Oh, no! Might be losing again. Unless this very nice shot grabs the orange for me. Entirely planned. Okay. Alright, we are now going to be coming up on the fella that we are going to all say hello to. His name is Huey. He's in the next level. He's the caterpillar in the background level. He was one of the first background characters that I believe got a name. I don't entirely remember how the conversation happened or started, but one of the community members actually doesn't even speedrun Peggle themselves. I just kind of called him Huey one day, and it just stuck. So, when we get to the next level, 7-2, I need as many people as possible to say, "Hi, Huey." Again, otherwise, the entire run is cursed. However, I am far from a PB right now. I don't know where Brass is at, time-wise, but...
I'm like a few levels behind.
Yeah, I think you're like one level behind me now. But yeah, if I have my live split up just for fun, and yeah, I am currently 3.5 minutes behind my PB, which is 44 minutes. Which I don't even know how I got that time. It's kind of absurd. I wholeheartedly believe that one day, the any percent. So here's hi Huey. I believe that this game can eventually drop below 40 minutes. It's just going to be insane. Like, we're gonna need a lot more strategies and stuff to make that happen. But and I think
or you just get good gen for sub 43.
Yeah, good gen. Let's get good gen. Yeah. Hey, you'll often hear us say like, oh, that's a bad gen, right? Again, the oranges and the greens and everything, they're different every time, despite the actual layout of the level being the same. So it's kind of a joke that, oh, just get good gen and you'll world record, which is not entirely not true. You know, you'll have a level that's usually really clean, but due to a bad generation, leaves like an orange that takes like 20 seconds to clear, and you've lost 20 seconds, right? And that adds up over the course of these levels. So, yeah. Any percent is a little similar. The world record is currently 48 minutes, which is, again, insane. And I wholeheartedly believe that one day it can at least get down to like 45 something, but that's going to be on a pipe dream of a run. Again, just all the good gen, strats go right, everything. Because I said, even though we have these strategies, they can very easily go wrong. This is a level that does not really have much of a nice bug there. This level can bug pretty easily because of the moving pegs. You'll often see if these moving pegs cross into the edge of the level with some perfect timing. Ooh, that was a really good shot. It can often be some funny moments. Yeah, this level's a little rough. Oh, wait, this could be good. Man, sometimes you can get like a really cool accidental slide there. It's always satisfying. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, this level is not very.
So I'm gonna be coming up on
friendly.
7-3, and here I'm actually gonna be using who is. Actually, I don't want this gem.
I used Tula there, so I don't know how similar we've been in our. What would you call this? I'm blanking on the word. Your routes, I guess, technically.
Yeah.
Sounds kind of silly, but yeah.
So the way who basically works is who when you like pick a shot, who's gonna like look at a few hundred different aims that are like slightly different, and then pick the best scoring outcome. So the idea is that if I go in these rings, then hopefully, yeah, he's gonna find something like that. He didn't find that the first time, which is a bit of a disappointment. But it looks like I'm not really in danger. Let's try this. Okay.
Which for 7-3 is a blessing, because 7-3 is one of the worst levels in the game in terms of speedrunning.
There is like a big catch on that part that's where who only like looks at score, because
yeah, he's greedy.
there's like this purple pack here. If you hit that, that is worth 50 times the base value of a blue pack. So what often happens is who just gets really distracted by it. Yeah, and then the location of that point boost is like random, and it's not something you can like control for, because you get the Zen ball first, and then it decides where the point boost is going to be on the next turn. Also very cool fireball here, by the way. And again. Yeah, this is like usually one of the hardest levels, but it just happens to become completely free with just the combination of these strats and those fireballs.
Come on.
I don't want that.
Yeah, this is an example of a level just going awry here. I'm gonna attempt it because we're close enough that if I get a free ball, I might be fine. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is one of the more difficult ones. And no matter who you use. But I also did mess up the fireball there. Because this is a level where like, there's no real clean strategy. Like, whatever you use is going to take time. Whatever you do is not going to be great because of the shape of the level. So, this is a very make it up as you go type, even with your little fireball help here. Like, there we go. That's what I wanted to do first time.
Yeah, like usually, in most cases, when we pick Cinder, we really want to like know beforehand what kind of fireballs we want to use, because that's like something you can strat out. Also, by the way, we are seeing Sploker again for a few levels. That's cool.
Oh, okay. So here's where we differ. I use Cinder here. I use Sploker in the next one. Okay, and then this is a weird pixel shot where you kind of like aim almost in the void. Here. Yep. Oh, I missed the bucket. Okay. Here. Okay, yeah. Oops. We're good, good. So it's kind of... Oh, come on. So close. Nice. Okay, see there, I had 4 orange pegs and 3 balls, so I kind of just had the hope that one of them would chain together or I got a free ball. Yeah, because sometimes, yeah, the ball would just bounce off the rim of the bucket there like that. That's definitely never happens in critical moments of your speedrun. I would never know what that's like. Okay, here's why, like, for this level, you want to use Splork, right? Because when you think about like the optimization of the masters, like Brass was saying, for Cinder, you want to, if Cinder has a good line through the level with your routine opener shot, then you want to use that one. Splork here with the little area of effect power is very nice for these like giant moving clusters where you can just, okay, I want to get rid of as many of them as fast as possible. So you just bam. Like that entire right side is just gone after one single shot with Splork there. So thankfully I didn't have to reset for this level. What I would have had to have done is if one of those wasn't green, I would have reset the level to try to get the better generation, which you can do. It's not ideal, but it can save a few seconds. And then it takes a few seconds, but if you can save your entire level off of it, it's worth it. Okay. We also saw I just fell victim to the coin there. If you don't hit a single peg, you'll get the coin flip, which is you're at its mercy for whether or not you get your free ball back. And more often than not, it has some of the most comedic timing of any speedrun game, and will throw for you if you miss. So a level like this is very difficult in like the 90% mode, even with strategies, because you have the magic hat, everyone's favorite, supposed to be played here. He unfortunately does not make any appearance in this run. Maybe I'll do it for the Helix for funny, but
Actually, I also practiced the funny yesterday, so we could just go for it.
You know what? I'll do the funny too. There's a shot for the Helix that famous for GDQ viewers may remember it from. Oh, geez, I have to reset here. Yeah, this level, even with Cinder, is difficult.
Actually, I can just reset.
Oh, thank you. But no, there's a pixel shot on the Helix that gets the entire thing if you do it right. But it's both pixel perfect and a frame perfect shot, meaning that you have to line up the buckets with the Helix. It's an entire mess. So it's very cool if you pull it off, but it's also very difficult to pull off. And I have not done it in a long time, so we'll see what happens.
So the level that I'm now on, in a lot of categories, this level would be the dice of cringe.
Still is.
In this, in NG+, usually like Cinder can actually deal with it pretty effectively, but I actually didn't get like the chain here. I still had to dig out this this one green, and it didn't work. Oh, okay.
Well, it's funny, but I also lost it too. But the second time I beat it with 7 balls remaining. So.
Right.
Yeah, that's the random nature of this game. Sometimes
you didn't see anything.
So this level here with the cards actually is it's a cool one because there's some brand new strategies for this one, and I don't even know them yet. You know, as of a few weeks ago now, you know, someone new comes into the community and says, "Oh, hey, I have these really cool levels or this really cool strategies for these levels." Janano's their name. Kind of popped out of nowhere, some really good speedrunning, and then they have some. Oh, I just have all these new strategies for you to try, and I was like, "Oh, sweet." And they're actually like really good. It's just I have not been able to learn them yet. So for safety, because this level is not the most fun in the world. Oh, I tried to bounce up into there if I could. Yeah, it goes to show that even these days, when the game is as optimized as it is, there's still a lot to learn. That's why I don't think we're anywhere near the peak potential of this level or of this game, even though we're definitely. Now this is this is one of the older openers that got a little bit of a revamp on how we run it, but this is cool. This level is usually very difficult, even with Cinder, who's the actual regular master here. But with a glitch shot and a full right shot, half the level's gone. Very clean, very nice. Bam. So here's the thing I'm also going to do. It's kind of interesting. So you might think, oh, I want to go for as many oranges as possible. I'm going to go for these ones with Cinder and then maybe get some over there. Okay. Because I knew that these ones would be a lot more difficult to clear, to get those free ball angles off of. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to actually waste Cinder on less orange pegs because they are more difficult ones. And then I'll dig out the rest myself later. So
actually, Helios, do you still use like the double pixel on 9.2?
No, as I just don't do it. Yeah, I kind of 9.2 is a weird one. I've never been comfortable with anything on 9.2 because it's just okay.
Wait a minute, why not?
This level is notoriously not great even with strategies. This particular run of the level was going well, but usually, more often than not, does not go well. It's like, this was very clean here. Wow, okay. Jeez. That actually might gold for me. Wow. Okay. I'm actually gonna reset here for a better green like this one. This is a fun level. Yeah, I golded that by 5 seconds. Cooking. This is a fun level. It's designed for Cinder, so we use Cinder, and it's very clean. Man. Wide up.
Oops.
A few more oranges scattered around. This is a level where it can go extremely fast, or you can have a lot of cleanup. Like, okay, there's a coin. Welcome in. Yeah, well, we still got quite a few levels left, and the most exciting levels left. What? Nice. Entirely planned. Don't worry.
I don't know this layout.
There. Classic. Beats the level very quickly. Has to sit and wait for the fever at the end to catch up, wasting like 10 seconds.
Yeah, that just sort of ends up being a very big part of the level. Just, you can like do things to like hopefully make the fever a bit faster. But
yeah, like take some Dayquil.
That's not really an exact science. So
yeah, there's ways you can like save a last peg for a shot that you know will just go straight into one of those buckets rather than bounce around more. Okay, that was definitely lucky.
I often have the thing where I like try to like save one of those pegs, and then I find out later that that actually sets up for turbo yeet.
Okay. Ugh, had to make some wonky saves there. The infamous donuts got me. Whoops. Okay. But yeah, I've definitely there's been runs that I have lost to the fever for. Because when you think about it, it doesn't seem like it's a lot of time, but you know, when you're speedrunning stuff like this, it adds up quickly, right? There's 55 levels in this game, so if you lose 1 second per every level due to something like a slow fever or whatnot, that's a whole minute gone. So, yeah. Currently, I'm not sure. I just beat 9-5, which is another level that goes very.
Okay.
But don't worry, we're in the great equalizer. Who's levels?
Bro.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so usually like 9-4 is like a really has like really sophisticated fireball strats.
Yeah, this Unga Bunga.
Where you actually like play the fireball sort of as intended, but if you want to do that in a precise way, that's a lot harder than like going off the side of the bucket. Except I missed them completely here. So this is a very awkward level now.
Ugh. Yeah, this is who's levels. So we're in the last. Like if you're playing this game in adventure mode in the normal way, we're in the last set of levels before the master levels, which lets you play as anybody normally. So it's kind of like the NG plus of the regular game. Oh, nice lucky bounce. So these levels are some of the most difficult in the game, and here's where you normally see who's power anyway. Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, this is gonna be. We're gonna get our real test here. Is who gonna be greedy? Or is he gonna work with us? Nice. Okay. So what I was trying to do there, I was trying to save. I was getting a little really close to losing the level on purpose. So I was trying to get who at the very end, so that he has less distractions to work with, and will kind of work more in your favor. And this level is notoriously very annoying, and I picked Who for some reason instead of Cinder, who's the regular pick. Oh no, we're going for another round. Okay, we have a Dr. Pepper break.
This
here.
shot here that I'm going for, you see this bit in the bottom here. There were 3 oranges there. And that's actually like not a coincidence. This is like one of, I think, 2 levels where there's actually pegs that are like forced to be orange. And very conveniently, those 3 oranges are all like sort of shaded by this big spinning king here.
That never happens. Okay, I just got an insane 10-2 shot.
So yeah, we basically just have like one specific pixel shot for this level that specifically takes out, is meant to target those 3 oranges in particular.
Okay. And this is the level I'm on 10-3 is sort of the last of the greats. From here on out, it gets very difficult. Oh boy. A couple of these levels
you
have
get
been...
to see something very cool here.
Yeah, Brass is gonna do this level
it.
properly for you.
That's one part. And there you go.
I'm gonna try to bucket this. Whoop. Wow. Nice. So yeah, you can use the bucket. You know, we talk about how it'll sometimes hit the rim and just be really annoying like that. You can actually use it to get shots like that on the bottom.
Yeah, there's actually like one... you're actually gonna see that again in like just 2 levels for me. Very funny that's like a very niche threat that like in theory you can do it on almost every level where there's not like extra obstacles to deal with. But then it only happens to be useful in like 2 levels that are really close to each other.
Here, I'm using those tap strats again to get this like specific shot up here. So you go all the way to the left, tap 7 times, and then you tap 2 more. Whee! Fun little series of setups. There's another pixel shot where you're like, I'm on up and then glint and then just slide over very quickly. Ooh, okay, that was accidental, but really cool. Well, I went around it. Okay. And then I'm just gonna kind of quote-unquote throw away Cinder there for that orange because the rest were difficult. And now we meet the Great Equalizer. It's a little bit easier in NG Plus runs, but this is Zen Frog, the level that kills every run ever. So no matter how good you are, this level will be your reckoning because it is entirely moving pegs, very luck-based, and just overall very difficult. No matter how well you play it. Like that, so he doesn't entirely miss that fireball there. Oops. Yeah, remember, it's pachinko at its core, so it's hard enough whenever you have entirely static pegs that you can at least plan for a little bit. This level is almost entirely moving pegs. And you don't have, the Helix has a bit of a saving grace where you have a place to get locked into for that cool shot that everyone's seeing. But this level, not so much. So, this is the infamous level of Peggle speedrunning compared to the famous ones. Now, I might be fine. I'm gonna play it out. This is not looking excellent, I'll say. Now, if I get a free ball here, okay. Never mind. Whoops. Maybe? Nope, okay. Ugh.
Wait, that's... Okay, I literally just read my notes wrong. That's not the correct cycle.
Well, to be fair, I also just did the wrong cycle. I was just like, ugh, I forgot how to play the game. There we go. Let me do it properly this time. So we're waiting for like a specific...
That's looking much more like it.
There we go. So yeah, waiting for a specific way that the things were lined up to get a shot that worked there. So now see, this one's looking a lot better just by account of doing the strategy right. Even though, still not free. Never mind, I am a gamer.
I still
Never
have
mind,
this one to deal with that like has a bunch of card in the way.
Peggle will humble you very quickly. Okay, and now we're on to my favorite stretch of the run. I am tired of losing these levels and I will over-strategize them section. These are the master levels, which are, I've spent a lot of time really honing in the strategies that I want to use for this. And over the months and the years, people have pitched in to get a lot of these strategies made to deal with these levels, because otherwise they are very difficult, but a lot of the things we have planned will make quick work of it. Yep. Funnily enough, this next level here is one that Brass and I are both famous for the strategies of. These long series of pixel shots. They get most of those slides. I didn't get to do all of them there. To clear all these slides, this is a very difficult level. Unless you do these, but they're also very difficult strategies. So good luck, but okay, I would very much like that. Thank you. Okay, this is not free. Okay, that was close.
With my strat, I'm actually like getting a bit slightly dependent on like getting greens in like good positions. I got very lucky that I basically got reasonable positions twice in a row immediately.
Yeah. And I really did not. So you could tell how I struggled as soon as the regular strategy kind of broke down. You can see how much of a struggle it just instantly became. So this is not a game of comfort. Come on! Sometimes you can get stuck, and it takes ages. Okay, and we're making a pact. We're both going to do the funny on the Helix, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm game. This kind of sucks. Ah. This level's just annoying. Sure.
That's not left on the keyboard.
Yep, we're down to the last two levels here. Those are some strats I came up with out of, again, once again, a lot of these strategies come up from, like, you'll accidentally find some things, but some of them are also, I am tired of losing this level, I'm going to spend an hour just trying a bunch of different things and seeing what works. And so I've created a lot of strategies for this level because I was just tired of losing so constantly. Whoa. Okay, that angle is weird.
What can also happen is you sort of do this rage stratting process, and then the end result is like so incredibly wicked that you just get a bunch of skull reactions on the Discord. That's what happened with me this week.
Yeah, can we get a skull reaction every time someone fails this strategy? Ah! What? GDQ moment! I haven't done this in months. Oh my god, second shot! Let's go! Magic hat?
I still have to get this.
What's the opposite of a skull? I don't know.
That's too high. I gotta
show off a
input
little
have something done. Maybe from this side it will work. There you go. All right, so you see me do something interesting, which is trying to pulse buffer the thing.
Oh, yeah, Brass is this pause buffering. I still haven't fully figured that out. You think you could like pinch it off the nah. Oh, I didn't. Oops. I'm notorious for not hitting continue. If you see a roll on the Peggle speedrunning leaderboard, it's probably because I messed something up and it had to become a caveat. But there we go. 54 minutes. Exactly. And I'll watch Brass. Brass does this a little bit more precisely using this pause buffer method. And we'll see if it works. Yeah, because essentially what we were trying to do here is there's a 3-frame window where what you're trying to do is the shot itself is easy to line up because it's just one of those glints on the pixels, but you have to perfectly hit the rim of the bucket to bounce up into the helix. There's 3 possible frames where it can happen, and of those, they're not consecutive either. So one of the lineups that we do is and let me know if you want me to shut up the focus. We have a specific lineup of the pegs about where we want to aim, so that's what Brass is pausing to look for. And then if we think that we have that frame, oh, that one's close. Then actually, I'm also delayed, so I'm probably responding very delayed. I don't know what the delay is like for the stream, but it's very difficult to hit. I fluked, honestly, getting that in the second try there. It's very, and as much as you can plan for, it's also a bit of luck because interestingly, this game runs at 100 frames per second, which is, I don't know why. Here, you can show.
I don't know why, but I keep
100 frames per second.
Dropping the input when I try to go for it. That's
I don't know.
That was worth playing it out because there is actually a second frame which I am not aiming for that could have gotten it.
Really? That was amazing. It just goes to show that anything can happen. Yes, yeah, that's kind of the cool thing about Peggle is the structure of the level is always the same, but they randomize where the oranges and the greens and stuff are. So if you play this through again, as we can see here, we're setting the level that it's changing. But if you play through, you're pretty much always going to get a different setup. I don't know the odds, but every level, so someone smarter than me can do the math. Every level has around 100 pegs, some more, some less, and 25 of them are orange. And then there's 2 green, 1 purple. So roughly 27 out of 100, always changing every time. Whatever those odds are, very low to roll the same thing for your layout there. So that's what makes it so exciting to speedrun, is that it's different every time. No matter how planned you are to go into it, it's always different. Ooh. Oh no.
Alright, so I've kind of given up on doing the one shot, so instead I want to showcase this this way of doing the sort of riser thing. Except I lit. Usually I'm pretty consistent at it, but I also haven't practiced this in forever either.
Yeah. To be fair, I am not consistent. For some reason, I can't wrap my brain around this one. Yeah, but this is another strategy that was it's one of the older ones, but it still works well. Is basically breaking a hole in the side of the helix through this series of planned shots and then getting it stuck on the side rather than trying to be frame perfect, get up at the bottom. So this is a little bit more consistent, but it's not free. As again, I can say I rarely hit this, which is not great when you're trying to do it as a backup for the one shot. But you're trying to get a three peg window there, so that the ball doesn't bounce around out again, but it still lands it in. You might be able.
Okay, so
there, and then
basically what I was saying is in this first few tries I was just aiming at lining up at the wrong peg, which would just not go in. That was a bit silly of me.
Go for points. Oh, Tulu, go for points. Oh, I didn't see what I got. Oh, I only got 712. Yeah, the world record for this, that's I guess not official because it's on any leaderboards. Oh, there's that YouTube video of some guy getting 25 million on here. through like careful timing of when they want to get the points and everything. It's just absurd what you can do in this game. But it's funny because again, this is originally it's an arcade game meant to like get as many points as possible. So it's cool how it kind of plays into each other. Yes, and I will direct you to Britcha for that one because they've kind of helped spearhead along with like Poetry Stud, Any George, other folks. They've kind of spearheaded bringing the points side of the game back into the spotlight with Cyberscore. The recent discovery that page existed.
There we go, end time.
Woo! Sub-hour! Nice! GG.
All right.
So yeah, with that'll wrap us both up.
Yeah, pretty cool so far. A bit of a weird one for me. Basically, what happened is the last few weeks I've been doing runs of the sequel game to this, Peggle Knights.
I've been doing 90%, so yeah. I was 9 minutes over my time.
But like the thing is, like, there's like some subtle differences between the game that kind of like give you brain rot if you try to switch between them too much.
Mm-hmm. That's why I like to focus on like one thing. It's been a while.
But yeah, that's been a cool run. Hope everyone has been enjoying the showcase. And
the game's like $5 on Steam. Go play it. Remember, you don't have to do anything special to speedrun. Just play the game. Counts as a speedrun. We're happy to have you.
Yeah,
absolutely fantastic. Thank you, thank you both. That was a really awesome race, and some of those shots, particularly towards the end, are just really crazy, like lining up and getting those shots off. Thank you both so much for showcasing this race. Don't forget, guys, follow these two on Twitch. Go give them some love. We are gonna go to an intermission, and when we return, we've got Viper Races with Driver. You are the wheel man. See you all in a moment.
Are the wheel. That sounds fun. Thanks for having us. Have a